George Edward Barton. I was born in 1871. This is a consolation house, which I did happen to find it, and you should know that that is my main contribution. Here we demonstrated the re-education for people with long-term illness. I had tuberculosis, amputation, and paralysis, but then I healed my own disabilities with gardening and carpentry. Some people claimed that the term OT was coined by me in 1914. I helped influence the arts and crafts movement, and then I became the first president of the OT Association. Another contribution that I should mention is that I planned and organized the founding meeting of occupational therapy. Now I think I should take the time to introduce you to my partner in crime, Isabel Newton. She was originally my secretary, but then she just fell head over heels for me. Now that I'm gone, I wonder what's going on in the 80s of occupational therapy.
Hey, welcome to the 80s, where video has just killed the radio star and MTV has completely changed the music industry.
People spend most of their time shopping in malls, playing popular video games, and going to concerts.
Ronald Reagan was just elected as the 40th President of the United States.
From the start of his presidency to the fall of the Berlin Wall, the field of OT was greatly impacted by the signing of laws, acts, and amendments.
Under the Medicare Act of 1980, OT was now a qualifying service for the home health benefit.
Managed care began to limit OT's scope and role in rehabilitation, thus affecting reimbursement.
OT was moving towards state licensure, and OT assistants were considered qualified providers of OT services in acute care, skilled nursing facilities, and mental health services.
There were four main problems that shaped OT in the 80s: accountability, manpower shortage, lack of research, and a lack of unified theoretical base.
Managed care caused an issue in accountability and pressure that was placed on OTs to provide evidence of the effectiveness and treatment to get reimbursed.
The demand for OTs increased when Public Law 94-142 called for the education of all handicapped children in public schools, but the need could not be met.
OTs found it difficult to keep up with new frames of reference and theoretical developments that were being put out in the 1980s. Due to the lack of standardized, reliable assessments, AOTF offered grants to help develop assessments and measure performance.
In the 80s, treatment also became more accessible through many events. One act, the Handicap and Infants Toddler Act of 1986, provided new services such as early intervention, services to improve physical and cognitive language, speech, psychosocial development, and self-help skills for infants and toddlers. Next, the Document Uniform Terminology of Occupational Therapy was created. This clarified occupational's role in healthcare by addressing interventions in the context of occupations. For example, a child's sensory awareness can now be addressed during self-care, play, and classroom activities. This treatment could be changed because of the shift in occupational interventions in the context of occupations. Another event that affected treatment was created by Mattingly and Fleming, and it's called the three-track mind. The three-track mind changed the thinking process that OTs use during treatment and interactions with clients. So again, it just made treatment more client-centered.
While big hair, shoulder pads, and Walkmans were on the rise, so too was the field of occupational therapy. The Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act of 1980 and amendments in 86 and 87 led to the growth of OT services in home health, skilled nursing facilities, and rehab agencies. Since they were now qualified under Medicare, they became more accessible to those who needed them. The camcorder and Apple Macintosh weren't the only big inventions of the decade. The 80s also saw the birth of occupational science. The academic discipline strives to more deeply understand the form, function, and meaning of occupation itself. Good. The AOTA Manpower Study of 1983 found three main goals for OTs: education, practice, and research. With the new emergence paradigm, OTs now shift the recommitment of holistic views and client-centered care. Who knew what OT could come out to be? I'm George Barton, and I approve this message.